In addition to our enrichment programs, if you're a basketball coach or cheerleading coach and you'd love to see a sports program developed for the kids who don't have a sports program, we'd love to have you come out and volunteer and help with our kids. And then finally, your talent, be creative. If you are a cook and you want to share some recipes with the kids and teaching them just independent life skills, how to change a car tire, how to check your oil. These are some of the basic skills that we're finding that because of some of the things that you mentioned, lack of two parents in the household, that our kids are missing. No one's around, or dad may not be around in some cases to teach them how to do some of these basic life skills. So that's one of the things that is definitely needed in the program. But I wanted to say that one of the most important partners right now that we have on board is the school board. The Coffee County School Board, Dr. Lease and Lisa Hodge have been excellent in terms of really supporting the club, because without them we would not be able to have transportation to the club that's currently provided by the school district. The 21st Century Grant, the partnership to serve the kids that we currently have would not exist. So we're really, really grateful with that partnership and looking forward to other partnerships that can continue to sustain and grow our program.
Well, let's take a period right there, because I want to come back and delve a little deep into the 21st Century Grant and all the relationship with the school system, because I think that's very valuable. And people out there need to know what that relationship is all about and what hopefully is going to grow, because it's a great seeding opportunity for what you're going to be doing with the club. So, see, I'm stating again, the club. But anyway, we're going to take a break and we're going to be right back after more of these messages. We're back with more Douglas on My Mind, and once again I have Miss Judy Artis here with the Boys and Girls Club of Coffee County Region, and she's the Chief Executive Officer, and she's been talking to us about all her ideas and the vision that she has for the club, and I'm using this term very, very, very wistfully in regards to the Boys and Girls Club here in Coffee County. So we were just talking before the break about the relationship with the school system, how that came about, and this 21st Century Grant, because I think some citizens may not be very up to speed on that relationship and how it has formulated, and what hopefully ideas of activities that y'all have with the school system that might be beneficial for our community. So kind of walk us through a little bit about that as best you can.
Okay, well, 21st Century is a part of funding through the Department of Education that is given to states in order to support after-school programming. The Coffee County School Board and the Boys and Girls Club was definitely a privilege to be able to apply and receive a grant that will support the efforts of the Boys and Girls Club over the next 5 years. The way that the grant works is that the Boys and Girls Club is responsible for the programming of the organization, and the school board is the fiscal agent. They manage the money for us, send in reports to the government, as we are a very new organization and have not had a lot of experience currently managing large grants.
Right.
So that's where the relationship is really, really key. But I must say, in my experience working with Boys and Girls Club and 21st Century Funding, this partnership is seamless. Both agents work in conjunction to make sure that we are fiscally responsible, as well as we have programs that are delivered by quality programs by professional staff that all background check, and we have certified teachers that work in the program, as well as a host of enrichment programs that the kids engage in on a daily basis.
Right. And you stated before the break also the school system provides transportation, which is sometimes a barrier for some of our parents and some of our families to get their kids to some of the programming. So that's been a very great blessing. I know when we first started off the discussion, that was one of the key issues that we were going to contend with, which was transportation. So we're very fortunate that the school system has allowed that to happen. So I'm glad.
Absolutely,
so,
absolutely.
So you talked about the 21st century. Any other relationships with the school system that you might want to mention that you are thinking about in the future that y'all might want to look at some other activities that might be beneficial?
Well, I think the school system relationship is truly beneficial to the program as a whole, but I can't stress enough that it takes a village for this whole program to work. The City Parks and Rec, we're hoping to have a stronger partnership there with our summer programming that will begin here on June 8th, as well as some other faith-based organization. Right now, local businesses have really been supportive in terms of our after-school snack and dinner program. We're looking to enhance that more by applying for funding through Second Harvest so we can develop a kids cafe so that the kids can also get an afternoon snack and a hot meal every day before they go home. As you mentioned, many parents have challenges in terms of, getting off of work, and, at least they know that their kids are fed and their homework is done, and they feel that they have a support system through this thing that we call life.
Amen. Well, I will say this, and I was not aware of this. I think we were at Rotary several months ago, maybe even a year or so ago, and they've started a program here called the Brown Bag Program, where I don't know if you've heard about it, but it's retired teachers who provide after hour snack, or what you want to call after school snacks for kids. They found a couple incidents in our school system that kids were going home hungry. Kids were hoarding some of their lunch away so that they'll have something to go home to eat. So this is so critical, that what y'all are doing at the Boys and Girls Club, because we are finding out that it crosses all racial lines. It's just not Afro-American, Caucasians, Hispanics. It crosses all racial lines. So with the Brown Bag Program, with the Boys and Girls Club program, obviously a lot of opportunity to help kids have some nutritional value of substance in those challenging times. It amazes me, here we are in the most industrial country in the world, and we still have challenges with poverty and famine, or just people just hungry. What do you want to call it? But we are challenged here every day. So we hope that businesses will step up and participate. That's the critical thing, to help kids who are in need. And sometimes you ask, if you don't ask, you don't get. So we want to make that plea and make that challenge to the businesses out there to do their level best. One of the things that y'all are looking at doing with the Dancing with the Stars, which is April the 24th.
Yes, sir.
Okay, at the Martin Center, and that's going to take place now. I'm not dancing this time.
Oh no!
I almost had a cardiac last time. Yeah, I might have to go get some stents or something. Lord have mercy. But I would say one of the things that she has not thrown out there, but I'm gonna go ahead and throw it out there for her. She's gonna have a nice little exhibition there that will hopefully tease your appetite in regards to seeing some of this in our community. Mrs. Art is a national double dutch champion. So if you want to see some double dutch, I think she's already trying to train up a few of her.
Oh, you give away my
So we're gonna tease them. Yeah, if they want to see something like that, please come on out to Dance with the Stars, and I'm hoping that she's going to do something in the summer too, with our Summer Blitz, where we have a Summer Blitz program with all the different activities that kids can tap into, and we love to have you doing the double dutch training, and maybe do a tournament here. That's what I'm hoping. I already told you, throw that plug out that one time.
Only if you'll jump with us.
Hey, whatever for the kids. Whatever for the kids. I'll try. I'll do my level best. I'm not very coordinated, so I'm probably one of the few black men that's not as coordinated as I should be. So anyway, but definitely we appreciate everything that you're doing thus far. It hadn't been but 30 days. Seems like you've been here for a year. I'm telling you, you've been hitting the ground running. It seems like we just been dealing with you every day.
Well, I mean, it's easy. I mean, since I've been here the past 30 days, I mean, people have just really reached out. The community has been fantastic as far as welcoming me and my family here. And I tell you, I feel like I'm right at home here in Douglas.
And speaking of community, and I always ask this question of newcomers, so the Vicki Lewis, the CEO of the hospital, asked the same question. So I got to ask you, how has your reception of Douglas been here? Has it been refreshing, different? Kind of give your perspective, because from my perspective, like I told you off camera, it was a sense of community here, and it's good to walk into a community and everybody says hello, and everybody has a willing to want to work with you and try to help you on every level. So how has your exposure been thus far?
Well, my parents came to the United States from Jamaica back in the mid-70s, and back in Jamaica, I'm from a little small town in Kingston, and it just reminds me of home, and I can't stress that enough. People always ask me, how do you leave a big city like Texas or a big state like Texas to come to Douglas? And I'm saying, why not? What a great place, a great community filled with fantastic people. I know I've made the best choice for myself and for my family, and I hope the community feels that they made a good choice as well.
Well, now talk a little bit about your family. I think you have your daughter that came with you, and you have a grandson. Am I correct?
Yes, I actually have 3 children. My 2 older children live in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Okay.
And here with me is my youngest daughter, who is finishing up college. So hopefully she'll be enrolling here locally at either Wiregrass Tech or South Georgia.
State. Okay.
So we're really excited, and I'm looking for putting my grandson in preschool, because we're looking to really call this place home.
That's great. That's great. All right. Any closing thoughts that you might have about anything that you want to let the public know to help the Boys and Girls Club to be this vibrant and continue thriving organization that it is here?
Absolutely. First, I want to thank you for having the vision, this community having the vision to bring a Boys and Girls Club here. It's very much needed, and we just want to get your support in whether it's volunteering, fundraising, or just spreading the news about what great children we have here in the community and some of the great things that they're currently doing and that they will do in the future. At the Boys and Girls Club, we plan to partner with the school district, so when the kids get out of high school, they have a life plan, whether it be go on to secondary education, enter the workforce, or into the military, that between both entities that the kids will have a good plan to make them productive, caring, and responsible citizens.
Man, I couldn't have said it better myself. She did a great job. Well, Ms. Artis, we appreciate you being on the show today, and appreciate you coming here to Douglas, Coffee County. One of the key things about life is the good Lord has a plan, and sometimes our plan is to just follow His plan.
Amen.
And once we follow His plan, then everything lines up. So we are greatly appreciative that you're here. You already hit the ground running. She has a low energy. So we appreciate her enthusiasm and her focus and her great vision, and that's what it's going to take to get this club to be the greatest club in the state and in the nation. So.
Hopefully. Does everyone know where we're located and where to find us?
You want to throw it out there?
We're located at 210 West Jackson Street. From what I understand, it's the old police department. If you're looking for a great program for your kids to join, we will be accepting new enrollments as of March 16th. Please call our office at 912-384-0222, and someone will be glad to answer any questions that you may have regarding our program, our great staff, or enrolling your child.
All right. Well, thank you very much for being on the program, and we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back with more Douglas on My Mind. Welcome to another edition of Douglas on My Mind, and as I've stated before the break, we had Mrs. Judy Artis here, the Boys and Girls Club Chief Executive Officer, and appreciate her coming to our community all the way from Arlington, Texas, and she's already hit the ground running, doing a great job. Hope to hear back from her more about all the activities and things that she's doing. But we have on the show also Mrs. Georgia Henderson, our Public Information Director, and she's here to talk to about festivals and specifically the one that's up and coming, which is the Triple B, as we call it.
Triple B.
Triple B, Bax Blues and Barbecue.
That's it.
And we want to talk a little bit about the history of the Bax Blues and Barbecue, and then secondly, probably talk about what events we got coming up in regards to this year, and talk a little bit more about some of the sponsorship volunteers and ways that you can get involved and participate in regards to it. So thank you for being on the show, Georgia.
Thank you for the invite, Mr.
All right.
Jacobs.
Georgia has her own show, which she hosts, and she likes to get on my show sometimes.